Ahoy, crew. Welcome back to Tales from the Ship, the only podcast featuring total strangers and their stories brought to you from on board and at sea. Apologies for the brief absence. First Mate Steph and I took a brief hiatus to celebrate the Thanksgiving holiday, but we are back to finish off our series from the spectacular MSC World America. Our next batch of episodes will be recorded this weekend on board the MSC Seashore. Look forward to those to begin dropping in January. So, this week, we get to know Smiley, a non-profit operator and bona fide good dude. I spotted Smiley on Elegant Night, rocking a gilded cape, looking like the count of some wizard country. I immediately made a beeline and invited him to be on the show. I mean, sometimes you just know, other times they tell you. Meeting Smiley was both of these at the same time. Not going to say too much more about it. Please enjoy the episode. Let's get into it. So that first minute of what we recorded might not be there. I don't know, because my indication right now is we're running recording, it's live, I got the red light. So,
okay.
I don't know. I'm running with the assumption that it's possible that none of the recordings we've done this week
always possible
will turn out, or it'll all be corrupted, and I might have to go to a sound expert to, try and extract everything. The data.
Yeah.
But it's all I can do. I might need to buy a new recorder. But we're just going to roll with it.
Let's do it.
So, welcome to Tales from the Ship. I'm Dan.
Stephanie.
And
I'm Smiley.
Smiley's a really cool guy that we just met on the first theme that was Elegant Night.
Yeah.
And he had the wildest, the most elegant of fits on.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, I have a picture of you before we met you because I was like, dude, look at this guy. I was like, he looks like a wizard.
Oh, man. Yeah, there was a lot of people taking pictures of me as I walked past.
Yeah. Oh, I bet. Yeah.
Of you.
With me, yeah.
And
we got a picture together. Like, that's how I saw you. Some other guys just
the wrestling produced.
Yeah, those
guys.
wrestling promoters.
Okay, I didn't know what they did, but they just were like, let's get a picture. And I was like, okay. Then you walked past and they got a picture, and that was before we actually talked.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, those guys were a lot too. I really hoping, because they seemed interested in coming and doing a show, and I feel like they would be really entertaining on mic.
I mean, wrestling promoters.
Yeah,
I mean, you can't. That's pretty intense.
The one guy showed me a picture of himself, and he had his beard all like lined. He looked like Riff Raff. I don't know if you're familiar with Riff Raff. That's what he looked like, and they had videos of themselves, like promoting amateur wrestling, which is that's a dedication all of its own.
Absolutely.
We have a friend who does the same thing in Macon, Georgia.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what's your story, Smiley?
That's a question.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you jump into it? Just
go as deep
it.
as you want.
Oh man. Goodness, I don't know where to start. I mean, I can say, so people call me Smiley, and it's part of my, I would say, a spiritual awakening name. So it reflects the joy that I have in my heart. One part of that is just, and I shared a little bit about this, but the biggest part of my story has to connect with my father, who I was mentored by. And so he passed away when I was 16. And I remember when I was in middle school, I would stay at home and homeschool to take care of him because he was sick. And during that time, as he was fighting his illness. He had high blood pressure, diabetes, his kidneys failed. He went blind because of the high blood pressure. And so as I was at home with him, I just saw joy because of his own spiritual journey, his relationship with God. And I was like, I like that. I want that for me. And so it became a spiritual awakening for me as I saw that joy in him. And so what happened for me is, as I pursued just in my own intimacy, my own connection with my creator, I found that joy and peace in me. And I started wearing smiley face, yellow everything. And people just started calling me Smiley. That's part of my origin story, if you could say.
It's a good one.
And so that's who I am. I say that God changed my name to Smiley. That's kind of how I go by Smiley. So
I love
that's
that.
a little bit of the best way to say that. What's my story? That's a part of it, but there's a lot more to it, of course.
Yeah.
Hell
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Now, are you sailing with anybody, or is it a solo trip for
No,
you?
I got my best friend. It's her birthday week, and her mom. So they're together. So I'm a good traveler. I've traveled around the world, so I love to go everywhere. And so I was like, all right, it's your birthday, let's go. So so yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna say no to going on an adventure with my friend for
Absolutely.
their birthday.
Mm-hmm.
This is kind of a birthday trip for me.
His birthday's
My birthday's
on the
next
11th.
weekend.
Oh, what day?
The 11th.
11th. Mine's the 14th.
Yes.
And we've got
Libra
him on the
season.
11th, but our best friend is getting married on the 11th. So
Yeah. He was where we booked this cruise 2 years ago. They're like, how can you book a cruise 2 years in advance? You don't even know where you're going to be in life at that point. I was like,
that's a
I know
good
where I'm
question.
going to be. I'm going to be on a cruise ship. Like, what are you talking about?
That's great. That's great.
And then, like, literally the one thing that could have got me to cancel this trip or
Was
reschedule it was
the
my
wedding.
best friend getting
Yeah.
married. And they're like, well, we're between October 4th and October 11th. And they're like, but we don't want to get married on Dan's birthday because, like, I don't want to, if he wants to do something, we want to do, like, a Dan birthday thing, but then it's going to interfere with my anniversary. I was like, dude,
Oh my goodness.
I'm 37 years old. I don't give a shit about birthdays. If we want to do something cool for my birthday, we can do it on the 4th. Or we can do it on the 17th. We can do it on Halloween. I don't
yes,
care.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can't think of anything I would rather do on my birthday. Like, oh, you want to throw the biggest party of the year
That's pretty
on my
cool.
birthday? Yeah, let's do it. Also,
pretty
I
cool.
really don't want to reschedule this cruise.
Because this is the first year of the World America, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
we booked it, like, it was just planned. They had,
Mm.
I think, just released the World Europa. And I was like, oh, yeah, MSC's building fat boy ships now. I want to get on that.
Yeah.
I don't have royal money.
yeah.
yeah, so we booked that 2023 while we were on a cruise,
Wow.
and it finally showed up. It took forever though.
And it was these dates.
Yeah. We looked. So we were big fans of Puerto Plata and San Juan.
Yeah, it was the itinerary for us.
Okay.
Because
And-
both of those places and Ocean Key, like, 3 favorite stops on any cruise.
Wow.
So
It doesn't get better. Puerto Rico, San Juan is amazing, and Puerto Plata, just by chance we ended up having the best time there during COVID.
Wow.
We were on an
Oh, my goodness.
We went on an MSC cruise out of Miami during COVID.
Wow.
It was like a 5,000 plus people ship.
with 900
There
people.
was 900 people on the cruise ship.
Wow.
Ghost ship.
Empty.
Nobody.
I can imagine. It's,
You'd like go to a bar and there'd be trivia happening. They'd be like, "Please come play. I have to sit here anyways."
Wow. Oh man.
There's only one person here. I can't do trivia for. I mean, I can do trivia for one person, but I don't want to.
Man. Yeah. No, that's too intimidating.
You go up to you go to the pool and there's like all the chairs you could ever want because
Yeah.
nobody's there. It was great. It
That sounds like a dream cruise to me.
was great.
We made friends with you can make friends with bartenders, but they're serving everybody.
Right.
We sat at one bar, and like for hours, and it was just us. There might have been 2 or 3 people who came, passed through, got a drink, and left.
Yeah.
But we just sat there with the 2 bartenders, and they were like, we could only wipe down the counter so much. I'm gonna wear a hole through this thing. So they were chopping it up. They were
absolutely.
like, oh, you want another drink? I was like, yeah. Well, what do you want? It's like, dude, I don't know. Are you bored? You want to have some fun? I will drink whatever you put in front of me.
Man, that's great.
I don't care. It
Yeah.
was
I love it. I
We had
love it.
that. Our restaurant manager at the time, because there was so few of us. Like, he came by, they messed up his drink the first night, so then he jokingly went and murdered the bartender for Dan. And then he came back and he moved us to a different table, and every night he would come by and he would bring cheese plates and like whatever. And then the next year we went, it was 4 of us on that cruise. We went, and there was another couple, and we ended up in his dining room again. And our best friend was kind of an ass to him the first night because he was very hangry, and there was a mix up. And so he like kind of went off on him, and we walked away. I was like, dude, that was Boston. Why are you getting mad at him? And he's like, oh my God, I can't believe it. We had to go back. And he was like, I'm so sorry, first off, for being a dick. And I was like, I'm glad you apologized to him. And then he was like, but I don't know if you remembered us. And he was like, oh my God, you guys were on the seashore last year. It was just you guys, and it was the COVID cruise, and it was empty.
The COVID cruise.
And then last October, because we sailed the seashore a lot because we live in Port Canaveral, right? And so we got stuck on the cruise ship for an extra day because the Hurricane Milton came.
Yeah, I remember I was on the seashore right before. It was same week I went on the seashore, so I don't remember. The hurricane was either like right after or right before.
It had to be right.
Did you get an extra day?
No, I didn't get an extra day.
It had to be right before because the right after got canceled because my parents were supposed to get on the ship at the day we got off, and it got canceled.
Okay.
My mom was like, "Get off my boat," and I was like, "No, I'm staying next to you."
It was right before then. It was the week
that
before.
Storm spun up because everyone was watching the system. Like, well, there's a system in Mexico just going to produce a hurricane. That never happens. And it spun up and made it all the way to Cat 5 and like. Oh,
yeah, that was right
before. The day we got on the ship.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
it was. And I was like, well, my hurricane shutters are up and my dogs are safe.
So you guys had to stay an extra day.
Yeah.
Yep.
We stayed it was like an extra day and a half at sea.
We just cruised down to the south end of the Bahamas and hid for a day.
You could go to Cruise Mapper and you could see all the cruise ships all around just hiding out.
Oh, my goodness.
We ran into him again, and he like looked at us, and there was... and it was just him and I at the time, but our best friends were there. They were just in their room, and he saw us, and he was like, "Where are the other two? You don't cruise without them." And we were like, "They're in their room." He was like, "I don't care. Go get them and bring them here."
Oh wow!
So we did. We brought him to his dining room, and he gave all of us champagne glasses of Jaeger.
Nice.
And unprovoked. I didn't ask for that. I was on a very strict. I'm only drinking tequila on this voyage.
Okay.
Because it was a party cruise with all of our friends. Like, listen, I gotta be consistent. Yeah. And I was doing really good until that last day, and he's like, "Here, have 4 ounces of Jägermeister."
Yeah, and then in March, my parents went on the seashore, and he's since moved to Yacht Club. And I was like, "Hey, listen, if you see him, just like show him this picture of all of us." And so they did. And the last night was my birthday, and so they went to leave, and they thanked him and everything. And he's like, "No, go sit down." And he brings a birthday cake. He made my mom video call me in the dining room. He brings a birthday cake with all the waiters having to sing happy birthday to me through the phone. Everybody's looking at my parents like they're crazy. And then he walked around to each table. He's like, "Their kids are my friends. It's fine.
Oh, wow.
Their kids are my friends."
That's hilarious.
And I was like, wow.
You're at home?
Yeah, I was at home. I was sitting on my brother's couch. Like,
that's crazy.
And that was just like making friends with people, and then it's crazy when they actually remember you.
Yeah. He also invited us to go vacation in Romania with his family. And at their winery.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm sure it's like a small family winery, but he's like, "Yeah, we make our own wine." I was like,
"Yeah, it's impressive,
bro. If you're serious."
Oh my goodness.
Don't play. I will show up.
Yeah. It was really cool. He's a really cool guy. We checked last night if he was on this boat, but he's still on the seashore.
Yeah.
So now we have to find him in December when we go on the seashore.
You said that you had like how many times you've been on the seashore? Like 7 times?
I think it's been a total of 8.
Okay.
8. We did it like 6 times last year.
Yeah, 5 or 6 times last year.
Wow.
Because it's just so quick and easy and cheap.
And you live right there.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Being in Florida, where are you from?
Mississippi.
Okay. Well, I mean, you're close to a cruise port.
Yeah, I mean, New Orleans is the closest port. Not a lot of MSC go out that way.
No,
and there's smaller ships out of New Orleans.
No, you get a lot of. I think it's mainly Carnival goes out of there, Carnival. And then actually, you can go to Galveston.
Yeah,
which is growing.
That Milton cruise last year, we were on the Cruise Map website, and the Carnival ship out of New Orleans that same day sailed out of New Orleans and shot direct straight line across the Gulf to Cozumel. In front of a Category 5 hurricane.
Oh, my goodness.
Like, it was coming towards them, and they went right across its nose. Like, come get me, mother...
That's crazy.
Xanax.
Yeah. Dude.
Absolutely.
Everyone on that cruise was either having the best time or the worst time.
Yeah.
There, like, no middle ground on that.
No.
'Cause that thing, it was rocking. Like, the bartenders were just setting drinks on the bar and they were sliding down to
that's
people.
ridiculous.
Yeah, that was. We were like looking at that, and we were all like, "No, nope."
I
couldn't.
I would have got off.
I probably wouldn't have just
No.
gotten on.
I would. Yeah.
I had the faith in the fact that we could go hide in the Bahamas. You can't go hide in the Gulf of Mexico.
No.
No.
There's no hiding.
No. Especially
there.
when the storm is the size of the Gulf.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Like, where are you gonna go?
Yeah.
You just
Any
gotta
hurricane
run
in the Gulf
away.
is crazy.
Run away.
Like everybody, all of us, we helped. My brother lives down the street, and they were with us, and they took their kids to grandma's house. My grandma was staying at our house with our dogs and stuff, but my parents ended up coming and getting our kid and our dogs and grandma, and they went. But everybody's shutters were up, and we just, well, this is it.
We just rocked with
Everybody's safe, and that's all we can do. The worst we had was our friend from St. Pete. Her dog sitter had to abandon ship, if you will, and was like, I need you to find somebody else to watch the dogs. So there we were with St. Pete closing down and gas being a struggle and all of that, trying to find somebody to come get her dogs. Her dogs weren't just left in the house. And we did. But that was probably the most panicky. And the moms of the small children were all pretty concerned about their kids. But
Yeah, of course.
our kids, at that point, she was 16. So she can figure it out. She's not 5 and 7 trying to, freak out about a storm. She's like, well, I've done this before.
it. Yeah. I mean, she doesn't choose to go swimming a lot, but I know she can float. So I'm not worried about it.
Yeah.
That's great.
Should have went on the cruise, loser.
Oh,
no, she
man.
wasn't. She wasn't invited on that one. That was
No.
friends only.
Oh, goodness.
I was like 28 friends. Nah, she wasn't going.
Mm.
So when we talked the other day, you said you run a nonprofit.
Yeah.
What I just want to hear about that.
Yeah. So my nonprofit is called the Andy Abrams Foundation in honor of my father. And I've been around nonprofit work pretty much all of my life, seen it in Mississippi. And so one of the things that I decided to do, I wanted to create something that could be able to reproduce resources and pour back into the neighborhood that I grew up in. And so I had a mentor of mine that shared when I was a senior in high school. He was speaking at a convention, student council convention. He's like, if you don't pour back into the place that poured into you, then who will? And so that convicted me to be like, you know what? A lot of people from Mississippi grow up in Mississippi, and success means leaving.
Yeah.
And so for me, I wanted to be able to pour back into the place that I grew up in. And my father did community development in that same neighborhood. And so I wanted to honor his legacy and pour back into that neighborhood. And in Jackson, there's like a lot. Jackson, Mississippi, there is a dilapidated spaces where people have abandoned the area. It's the capital of the state, but a lot of people have left into the surrounding suburbs. And so it makes the property values go down. Just there's more empty homes than it is homes that people live in. And
They call that urban decay.
I mean, that's, yeah. And so I really wanted to, and I've been working with college students, mentoring college students for the last 17 years. And I saw an opportunity where if I could create a space that could continue to help them to develop as leaders, especially in that transition, like when college students graduate, there's always this space of like, what do they do next? And so I wanted to create a space that I could mentor them a little bit further than the college time, and they can be able to grow and develop. So 7.5 years ago, I found a property that I ended up buying cash in West Jackson. It was like a fourplex, and it was basically pennies, but it needed a lot of work. And as I got it, I wasn't planning to run my own nonprofit. I was just like, I'm a visionary. I plan on doing this. I've been working for a nonprofit, so I'll kind of funnel the resources the way I do it like that. But I had this vision, and I wanted to create this space. The nonprofit I was working for wasn't in the property management business. And I had a friend, my sister was doing some real estate investments. So I was like, okay, I can probably do something, but I don't know a lot about other business. I know nonprofit world. And so I'm like, and then someone wanted to donate they actually sent me $20,000 for the house to donation. And I'm like, I need a nonprofit to receive this. so I ended up creating a nonprofit like to receive the donation. And I called the house the Andy Abrams House because I was like, okay, that was the vision. But then I'm like, okay, the nonprofit could be in honor of my dad too. So Andy Abrams Foundation. And so I received that. But then I started working backwards because I've been around nonprofit. I understood. I even got a certificate in nonprofit management from my undergrad.
Okay.
So I understood the world. But developing a board, working with just my accountant, getting financial stuff and doing my, tax things, 990s and things like that. That's something I started doing after I started the vision. So I'm a visionary. That's my day one. And so I'm like, I can cast a vision. I can create systems. And so I ended up, over the years, I started learning the ins and outs of how to run it. Ended up connecting with another organization called the Jackson Leadership Foundation that helped me to learn how to run a nonprofit a little bit more effectively. So
that's cool.
That's a little bit about that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
great.
fantastic.
Yeah, that's great.
I've always wanted to do something cool like that.
I used to talk about buying a old hotel and fixing it up, and then basically setting the rooms up for to help homeless people, and then there's jobs that have to be done, and so you gain the skills of working in the hotel,
really
right?
Nice.
And then eventually set it up to where there's a donation closet so you can go to interviews, and there's got to be somebody who drives. There's a driver, and that's their job, and they take you to interviews and help.
That's a really good vision.
Yeah.
Have you wrote that down?
No, we've talked about it for years and years.
There's something about writing it down for me that, I'm as a visionary, I write it down and all the time. And it's interesting when I write it down, it just becomes so tangible that then I start seeing it, and maybe it's an idea, but I'm like, you know what? I actually start seeing it come into a reality. Cause even when this property that I got, I wrote it down maybe 3 years before I bought the house. Cause it was just a thought in my mind, and doesn't necessarily mean that I'm gonna do everything and sell everything so I can do it.
Right.
But it's if I see it, then I can have more eyes when the opportunity comes.
Yeah.
And so it's oh, this is something that can happen. And that was, for me, it was so easy. It was oh, someone said, hey, this property is available. And because I already wrote the vision down, I was like, yeah, this makes sense. Let me get it. Now, the process was a lot. A lot of work. It's a fourplex in an abandoned space. So over about 5,000 square feet. I bought the property for $17,000, by the way.
Damn.
Right. This was 7.5 years ago. And it needed more work than I realized. And because I was a nonprofit, I was able to get volunteers to come out easily, right? So I got a lot of the renovation done, or the demolition done, with volunteer work.
Okay.
And so gutted out everything because it needed everything, new roof, new plumbing, electricity, every single thing it needed.
Right.
You bought a plot of land.
You had bones.
It had good bones. It had great bones. But yes, I had to build everything up from scratch after that, which makes the house really good. Because I had volunteers to gut everything, it made it a lot easier when I got the contractor in and started doing that. And that's been over the last 2 years that I actually started putting more into it than I took away from it. So it took a little while. COVID hit. I had a squatter living in it for a while. So I was if I had all the money, I still wouldn't even know what to do. But then I had a couple of major donors that just gave, because I went to a couple of banks, and then because my nonprofit didn't have a lot of financials, it was hard to say, hey, dear bank, here's a neighborhood that doesn't have a lot of resources. I'm trying to be able to bring resources into the neighborhood. There's clear redlining in Jackson, Mississippi.
Yeah.
It's very clear. It's very clear. And so as a young, black man from Mississippi, not a lot of, I have an a job a stable job for 15 plus years, but this nonprofit doesn't bring a lot of resources. And so I'm like, hey, I need X amount of dollars to fix this property up. I got denied a couple times. I'm just like, okay.
You're trying to raise up a red
I'm
line
trying
neighborhood?
to do it.
How dare you?
Yeah, exactly. So it's the property, the money that you're going to put in it is worth more than what the property is. I was like, I know that. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to bring the property up.
Yeah.
And so I had someone that actually caught vision, saw what I wanted to do, And like I said, I wrote everything out, and I started moving towards it because I'm like, it's gonna happen. Like I don't know how all the resources gonna come, but I'm gonna get it done because it's a vision, and the property is gonna be a place because college students need a place to live because it's gonna be a place the students live in. They grow in development and leadership. It's very needed in that neighborhood. And so I had one person caught the vision, and they were like, hey, we want to pledge our retirement.
Damn.
$100,000. I was like, yeah. So they gave that. And then I had another donor who was like, can we talk to them about why they pledged $100,000? I was like, yeah, sure. So they had a conversation without me, and then they were like, hey, we want to give $75,000. I'm like, wow. Thank you.
I mean, yeah. Well.
And so at that point, I didn't have a contractor, but I had a vision and I had things written out. And so after that, I was able to get an estimate, get my architectural drawings and layouts and plans, and I got an estimate from some contractors, and I was able to hire someone specifically because I had $175,000 cash, not borrowed.
Yeah.
And then fast forward as of like, I'm working on the property with the money that I've raised and raised a few more thousands of dollars to get things going. It needed $633,000 to fix the whole property. Now you think about it, like a 5,000 square foot property for $633,000 is not bad. It's 8 bedrooms. Every bedroom has its own bath. I basically made 2 separate apartments. So it's 2 full kitchens, and every bedroom has its own bath, 2 half baths. This is a beautiful property.
Yeah.
And I raised half of what I needed from donors. So now I go to a bank and say, hey, bank, I just need the rest if you want to give it to me. I got everything else. And they're like, all right, sure. So it made it a lot easier when I was able to put those in places. But yeah, that's a
national bank or a local bank?
It's a credit union. So it's a regional credit. Yeah, regional credit union.
I wonder if you could talk a regional or local bank into also donating money instead of loaning you money.
Yeah, there was one bank that when I went to get a loan, they said, well, we can't give you the loan, but we'll give you $1,000. And I was like, thanks. That barely paid the taxes and kept the grass cut, but I appreciated it.
It's something.
I mean, it is something. I mean, it's something. I didn't turn it down. I took the money,
Right, yeah.
So it wasn't like I was like, no, I don't want your money. But, it was fine. So yeah, absolutely.
We're currently developing 18 acres in Tennessee.
Nice.
That's where, besides this project, that is where all of our extra time goes, is to making trips up to Tennessee, and we have to tear down an old farm.
Wow. What part of Tennessee?
It's in West Tennessee, little teeny tiny town called Decaturville. It's about smack dab between Memphis and Nashville.
Okay.
Yeah, it's about 45-minute drive from the tri-state line, Alabama, Mississippi, Tennessee, right there on the river.
Yep.
Actually, we were there in June, and while we were there, we took a little day trip down into northern Mississippi because my buddy who came with us wanted to go look at a truck.
Nice.
Yeah.
So we just,
why not?
It was like
we
it
took
was
the
like
day
74
off.
miles or something like that.
Okay.
We just drove down into Mississippi to go look at this truck. He didn't buy it, but it being so close to the different states is really cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's not a this is Tennessee, we love Tennessee. It's like Alabama. It's like that whole tri-state. No, this is rural the South.
Right.
And
rural the South. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's weird because
That's different than
people
Central
like
Florida.
their state, even if they're just on the wrong side of the state or on their side of the line. But when your daily commute takes you through 3 different states, it all gets kind of blended together, and it's just
it's just
it's a
rural the
heartland
South.
America
Yeah.
And
mentality.
it was great because we went up there and we're like, okay, we got to rent this, and we have a camper, so we brought our camper up there so we could just crash in that at a campground. And the guy who owns the campground, because it wasn't like a KOA or anything like that, it was just owned by this dude who was named Dan.
Yep.
But he was like, "Oh, what do you need?" And I don't remember what tool you guys used.
Oh yeah, I was telling him what we were doing, and he was like, I was telling him, I was probably gonna rent a skid steer and do some earth moving and stuff like that, but we got to do some land clearing. And he's like, "Well, hell, I got a bush hog you can borrow, just like piece of heavy equipment and a trailer."
Nice.
And if we got to the point where we could have used it, he also had a tractor with a
Wow.
full on all the stuff I would have needed. If I had been there for 2 weeks, I could have done almost all of the work I
Wow.
needed to do using his equipment for free.
Wow.
And I had just met the guy.
Yeah, it was
And
like
every single person
Southern
I met
hospitality.
in that area. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it was crazy.
But it's a rural thing.
Yeah.
You go somewhere like Nashville, you don't get that
No,
kind of
it's
treatment.
different. Mhm.
People are friendly, but it's kind of like that California friendly. Like they're nice, but they're not kind. And
I get it.
This was more of like an East Coast friendly, where like they're kind, but not necessarily nice. If you're stupid,
Yeah.
they're gonna let you know.
No, that's true. that
Um,
makes sense.
But like every single person was like, "Oh man, I can help you with that," or I know this guy. Let me give you his number. And like they're always trying to like promote their friend, but like no, you definitely call this guy, because there's a lot of people like yourself from out of town buying land, trying to get away from a shitty plague, and a lot of contractors know it.
Yeah.
Like they know you got money, you got Florida money, and you're moving to Tennessee for reasons. They're gonna charge you more. Don't do that.
Yeah,
Call
no,
this
that's
guy.
good. That's
Tell him
Florida
I
money.
sent you.
Mhm.
And it was like, I can't wait to get out of Florida to
Yeah.
go up there. And I mean Tennessee specifically, because like Florida, no state taxes.
Tennessee also no state taxes.
Yeah, that's what I said, like,
There
yeah.
was, but like
Much
that
like
was one
Florida.
of those we talked about it for years, and kind of like it falls into your lap, right? Like we were going up to Tennessee to visit his grandma, and she lived 3.5 hours from where we bought our property. We were going up there, and I just started looking. I was like, what if we like do a refi on the house, because we bought our house in 2020 and we had a shit ton of equity in it. And I was like, what if we just, and we've been looking at land for like 5 years in Tennessee, and nothing pops up that like met what we wanted. And the week before we're supposed to make a trip to Tennessee, this pops up, and the refi came through, and we were able to buy it cash.
Nice.
And it was like I haven't seen anything like it since. It was 18 acres for $56,000.
Wow.
And it's treed, but it's not like a lot of the land in Tennessee is like heavily treed.
Yeah.
It was an old hay farm. So a good portion of it, probably 15 acres of it, is just a flat piece of like a hay field. And we have a big creek that runs all alongside the property, and we have a spring-fed pond on the property. I mean, like,
That's
it was
really cool.
It like
Yeah.
fell into our laps.
That's amazing.
And
Yeah.
I was like, that is the property we're supposed to buy.
There it
And
is.
Yeah, and I've learned so much, and it's all been positive. Like I went out there, okay, well, there's no power on the property, so we need to get power out to the build site. Like, okay, well, let's call the utility company, see what that's going to cost. They're like, well, first you need an address. So I went, got the address registered, brought the tax bill and the deed, bill of sale,
Yeah.
that to the local
the sheriff.
the local sheriff's office / county jail /
Everything.
911
Everything.
/ 911 dispatch command
Wow.
center. And they literally, I was walked in there, I was having a cup of coffee, and guy come out from the back room, guys walked me back. I walked past, and there's Mabel and Jenny in the dark room in the 911 dispatch, just chilling, talking,
Yeah.
because there's 700 people in this town.
Wow.
And it was like a Tuesday
Tiny.
morning.
Oh my goodness.
And we walked back into this guy's office, and he's like, "Okay, so it's right here. Where's the build site?" And he marks it out on there. Got an address that day. I called the power company. They're like, "Okay, well, there's the way it works there. They'll install up to 3 poles to get the power to your house,
up to.
and it's up to 300 feet of hanging line
Between poles.
poles.
Okay.
So I got almost 1,000 feet
Mm.
that they'll install for no charge. All I have to do is pay a deposit, dollars for amps. So if I need a 220 for a residence, I pay them $220,
$1 per amp.
and they install up to 3 poles and 900 feet of line to get the poles to get power to my build site.
Wow.
And we need like 700 feet.
Yeah,
So it's less than what we need. It was
all I
like,
got to do
holy
is
shit.
clear the trees out of the way so they can put the poles in.
Man.
And so cool, I can get power installed for like $220
That's amazing.
on the build site. The build site is doesn't really need a foundation because there's exposed limestone. Like, it's rock.
Wow.
So I could, like, build it up and, like, level it out, but it's already foundationed. The earth is the foundation.
Yeah.
Okay, that's already done. You know, gotta have... And the only thing I need to have done professionally is the electric, septic, and if we have a well dug, but they do have local water that we can tap into as well. I was, conveniently enough, one of the many people I met was like, no, I got a guy who does pipes and water.
Of course.
Like, and it, you know, and honestly, I've got all the equipment to do it. I mean, you know, I can get him to pull the permit, and we can do it in a day or two.
Man.
So, you know, I'm looking at all said and done. What do they say about? I think the septic's the most expensive. That's probably going to run us like $5,000 or $6,000. He said, or like if you do it this way and you put it up the hill, you got to get a separate pump and a different kind of. So like it's a big money system. It's like $14,000. That's how much it costs to put a basic septic in Florida. Dude, you were
That's a good
just
deal.
it's raining.
Man.
It's raining winds.
That's great.
Yeah.
So we're super hoping to get out there because I just want to live a simple existence with low bills so that I can
keep cruising.
So, well, I mean, the podcast is a means to an end for her business. Mm-hmm. She's cruise agent, so that's a thing that we can do from a distance.
Right.
So it would support our life in Tennessee.
Yeah.
I want to build a big workshop. I want to like build motorcycles and do woodworking and like talk about like nonprofit, spreading the wealth, spreading an experience, and doing something positive for the community. I would love to have a space that I could have just like a workshop. I'll build motorcycles, cars, metalworking, woodworking, and where I could have other people who are masters of those crafts.
Yeah.
Who I have connections with, so I can get some of the local. A lot of kids aren't cut out for college or don't want to go to college. That's true. And some of those kids, even fighting to make it through high school, is a waste of their natural talent. If you got the smarts to get a GED at 14 and you can start learning a craft at 14, you're a master by 24 instead of being a master by 30.
That's
You're giving
true.
yourself a head start by moving into something valuable early. So if I could build a space to facilitate that would be like the ultimate for me.
Yeah.
Get some livestock for my dogs.
Yeah.
I like that.
I just want to start a bakery.
Ooh.
I want a small town bakery.
Yes. I love all those things.
Yeah, so we that is our current plan is to do that, and then so we strongly support it's a nonprofit called Forgotten Angels we were telling you about the other day, and they take kids who aged out of foster care, and it's very near and dear to our hearts because we are foster parents, and without, you know, she would have been one of those kids that would have had something like that happen to her, and so we want to be able to help start something up there because we're not far from Loretta Lynn's Ranch, and they do the Tennessee Motorcycle Revival Festival, and so we want to be able to like have the campouts that Forgotten Angels does up there.
Yeah, they are trying to expand into other states, and if
that makes sense.
I now have a big enough space, I could offer to host those kind of events because like they raise one of the events we went to over the course of a weekend. Like they throw this big party. It was free to attend, and on the last one we went to that was a free attendance, they raised $250,000 in 3 days.
Wow.
Yeah, because people they show up and they throw money at it because everything goes to the charity, and
that makes sense.
It's on their property, and like the kids are there, right? And so they're there and hanging out, and you can see all the tiny homes they have on their property, and then it's their house, and I mean, it's just like
I love that.
It's a great thing, and then he really loves motorcycles, so when it brings the two together, it makes him so happy.
Perfect.
It's camping and motorcycles.
Listen, per capita, no one donates more money to charities worldwide than motorcyclists.
They're really big into it.
That's a fact, statistically.
Yeah.
You know.
So if we can get something going up in Tennessee to be able to help that, and
that sounds amazing. I love that.
That is our goal, because we, very similar to you, we want to, you know, it's not the community we were raised in, but it's it's kind of, I'm going to say it's like the community that called us.
Yeah.
Like,
I think
it's like
there's something powerful about that too. I think that we need, especially spaces like that, need people that aren't from there that randomly care about that space.
Yeah. Yeah, for us, we're like, dude, we want to, like, we just want to get up there and we want to do good because there's a lot that can be done and we want to be able to do that.
That's great. And it's something about the South when you come with that vision and desire, the hospitality just opens up even more.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you come in, you don't have to be here, but you want to be here,
right? And
here's my tractor.
Yeah.
You know?
there's two lines too, because you can, if you pay attention, you notice they're feeling you out and they're being friendly and hospitality.
Yeah.
But like they're feeling you out because there's a lot of people, moving out there. I'm moving here from Florida, or California. I got that California money, and I'm going to come here and buy a bunch of land and develop, or whatever. Try and change the space to suit what I want. Be like, exactly. You left that place because you didn't want it anymore. Don't bring it here.
Right.
And they're feeling out, and they're like, oh no, you respect our way of life, and you want to be a part of that. I like that. We need more of that. And they're like,
I mean, we ran into that when we were buying the property because it was 75 acres. They split into 3 plots. And so the realtor, when we were driving around, they were showing us all 3 plots. And they're like, well, this guy's moving from Massachusetts and he just wants quiet. He wants 30 acres of quiet and like near a town, but not near a town. And I was like, okay, cool. And then she said, but this one over here, the people who currently want to buy it, they want to buy it and build apartments. And I was like, ugh. And she was like, so we're not selling to them. And I was like, okay. And I was like, no, we just want a little house that's going to be, because we have a bluff that we can like tuck our house into and it's quiet and all we get is the river or the creek.
Oh man, that's awesome.
And she was like, okay. So it was very much like they wanted to know what our plan was with the land. And we met the guy who was selling it and he was just like, nope, if you can just not do any of this, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no, we just want this house, and like we might put 1 or 2 more for like when people come to stay.
Yeah.
But like we're not trying to build apartments. We're not trying to develop the land. Like this is for us to just kind of basically retire before we're 40.
That's great.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. So no, I feel that, and I love all the stuff that you're doing with your foundation. That's great. Like communities need that, and it's not something that happens anymore. People are generally very selfish.
Yeah.
So to see that is wonderful.
Yeah. Speaking of all that, like, where can our couple of 100 people so far get in touch with, and find out more about? Did you give us like the name?
Well, Andy Abrams Foundation.
Andy Abrams Foundation. I knew there was a name.
Yep. So I have a website, AndyAbramsFoundation.org. And so it's ANDYABRAMS Foundation.org, AndyAbramsFoundation.org. And so that's, or Andy Abrams Foundation Instagram. Just search Andy Abrams Foundation and you'll see.
Perfect.
You'll see that. And then me is Smiley Jason _.
Smiley Jason _.
Yep.
Okay.
Fantastic. Well, I mean, we can keep going if you want, but if you,
I'm good. I'm good.
I know it's a tea day, and
it is.
People want to do
chilling.
things.
I'm chilling, so I might grab some lunch in about 30 minutes. But
I don't even know.
Hell yeah!
You want to know other stuff that I do? Because I'm not just a nonprofit.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Let's hear more about Smiley, the man behind the foundation.
I'm a poet. I have 4 books. Spoken word artist. I'm a voice actor for my brother. He's an animator, and so I do voice acting for him. And he's working on constant stuff, and I do graphic design as well. So I design my own everything. So I actually do some graphic design for a Comic-Con company in my free time.
What company?
It's a company they just go. They're called VXV, but they do cons in the Southeast mostly.
Okay. We have friends who regularly attend cons throughout the Southeast. They just did Dragon Con last month.
Nice.
And my one friend is very involved. You ever heard of a game called Werewolf?
No.
So it's a lie to your friends game.
Okay.
Basically everyone. There's other variations of this game that you might have played. It's similar to like back in the day in school, you play Heads Up, 7 Up.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that. Everyone sits in a circle. Everyone puts their head down.
Got it.
And you all get cards.
So that's like Mafia?
Kind of. Everyone has a designation. You're different villagers, but there's a couple werewolves.
I know exactly.
Every morning you wake up, somebody or two people are dead.
Yes.
And they got to weed it down and figure out who the werewolves are and kill them before the werewolves kill everybody else.
Got it.
He's really big into the game, and he knows the people that run the game. So, like, at every con, he's in the werewolf room, like, helping run the games for random strangers from all over the country. Among other things. They go nuts about it.
What kind of animation does your brother do?
So my brother has, he's a completely independent animator. He's been doing it for a while, but he has 3 different shows that he does. One is called Fox My Life, which is basically, you get it. You already get it.
Yep.
It's animals in the woods that have real life problems. One problem he had, and it's all based off of his own life. So it's the main character's a fox, and his best friend / roommate is a turtle, and they live, just in the forest. And then one fun episode I know that was funny, he had neighbors that moved in that were rats, and so if you think about how annoying rats can be, he based them off of real people that were his neighbors, not actual rats, but they were rats. And so they were like, he had some crackheads living next to him. And so in the show, the rats would sniff rat poison up until the point of and I did the voices of the baby rats. They were the rug rats, so they were like the annoying neighbor rats that were there. So and Fox is just trying to live his life, and it's Fox My Life. Like, he's like, oh my goodness. Like, every episode it ends with that. And so he has
it's a YouTube series?
Yeah, it's on YouTube, TikTok, and so it's on YouTube. He's got about 5 seasons.
Wow.
Yeah, he does a lot of, he constantly animates. And so another show he does is called Why I'm Single, and it's about him being in his 40s, newly divorced. so it's just like a minute long random dates from a guy's perspective that he deals with, so it's really interesting.
These all sound wonderful.
Yeah.
Animated webcomics are awesome.
Yep. And then the other show is one of his favorites, and it's an idea that we've had for 30 years actually. So it's called Malcolm and James, and it's 2 African American kids in high school growing up in the 90s in the South, in the rural South. So it's kind of based off of his life a little bit, but not too much. But it's very nostalgic. So he does the voice of Malcolm, I do the voice of James, and it deals with random, adventures of kids in high school, but like very 90s nostalgia. So if you grew up around the 90s, you would know a lot of the references that kind of take about it, that deals with it. Like, there was one episode where they were trying to get a song off the radio. If you remember, like, put a cassette in there, wait till the DJ says, and you're playing and trying to record it. It's like, oh yeah. And it's like, oh man, we missed it, So they're like, let's go buy
another hour.
Yep, gotta wait another hour. Or you can buy the single from Sam Goody. Like, let's go to the store and actually buy the single. And so that was a thing. And so
Sam Goody.
Yep. Or there was one episode where they were trying to rent a dirty movie from Blockbuster at 17, 16. There's like, and their dad is watching in the background where they're trying to play it. So it's a hilarious show, lighthearted, but it does deal with some of the real issues that he, seen growing up. Then the last show that he's really excited about is called Ready Boy, which is a superhero. And he says it's actually premiering October 21st. And he's been working on it for a while. He's got most of it, like most of the series done, and then he wants to release it into a movie.
Okay.
And so he's going to release it week by week as a web series, and then put it all together as a movie. And he has one movie that's out, that's on Tubi called it's called Josh's Journal. His name is Josh, and it's kind of a puppet show. I did all the special effects because I do graphic design, but I did all the special effects on that. And so, but he wants to do one more movie called Ready Boy with the animated series. And so there is dealing with the main character becoming aware of his powers and really wanting to, in a world that really needs superheroes, where there's so much drama and crime in his city. he just like bringing hope to the community. So that's his story, and it's most of his stuff is rated MA. He's unapologetic with that. And then me and him and his best friend, we all do a podcast where we do movie reviews most weeks. It's called What We Talking About This Time. So we just talk about random movies where we review, and usually bad movies. So that's one of our favorite things.
Those are great.
We'll take some random stupid movie from the 80s and talk about it.
I don't know if it's just the title, but I feel like I might have heard of that. You guys,
what we talking about this time?
Yeah. Do you guys?
We do Tubi movies too, so we talk about random Tubi movies.
Do you guys like CapCut your stuff and put shorts out on like reels?
I haven't done a lot. No, I haven't done a lot. So
I scroll. I
I've
do a
done
lot
like
of
3 or
scrolling
4.
in my spare time.
Yeah.
Have you guys had the joy of watching the movie Rubber yet?
Rubber.
About the tire?
No. When did that come out?
Oh,
2000 something.
Okay.
It's literally a movie about a junk used spare tire in the desert
becomes
sentient
and kills people.
And it goes rolling through the desert, and
this
then
might be
discovers
Is it a horror movie?
I mean, yeah,
like horror.
Horror.
Yeah.
It's D-horror.
Yeah,
that's great.
It discovers that it has psychokinetic powers.
Oh my goodness!
And it rolls into a small town in the desert in the west, and just chaos ensues.
That's great. I love it.
But
I'm gonna watch it. What are you watching on?
I don't know where it's
I'll find it.
available right now.
There's that, and then another good one, if you guys review generally like not great movies, is Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
That's a slasher movie.
That's a slasher movie, but it's like
about a killer demon turkey.
A killer demon turkey.
Yeah,
that's great.
We've spent a lot of times watching really shitty horror movies because they're generally
they're hilarious.
They're hilarious,
and especially the ones that came out in the 80s when when they were like using actual like prosthetics.
Yeah.
Well, that's like
the ones that came out in the 80s. They were actually trying to be good movies.
They were.
These movies are unironically bad.
Yeah.
They're like the intent was to be bad. Like Thanksgiving. There's Thanksgiving, and then there's Thanksgiving 3.
They just went straight to 3.
And the lore is
the turkey stole Thanksgiving 2.
Yeah, the turkey stole Thanksgiving 2, and it was lost.
Wow.
They're awful, but like they're hilarious.
And awful in the best way.
Yeah.
That's what I love. I love to talk about awful in the best way.
Yeah.
Like that's like let's make fun of it as we talk about it.
Yeah, it's not one of those like, oh god, I can't get like you're watching, you're like, how the hell is this a movie?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But like I'm not gonna stop watching it.
No.
I have to finish it.
It's like Sharknado.
Yeah.
That wasn't supposed to be a good movie.
No, that's absolutely. Yep.
Yeah, that
They're
one was
great.
a trash movie.
But I mean, the wave is gone far enough that like real Hollywood movies are starting to do the same thing. Have you seen
Intentional?
They're rebooting Anaconda.
No.
They are. Yeah.
So it's Jack Black and Paul Rudd.
Oh
and
my
the concept
goodness.
is they're two indie filmmakers, and they're like, yo, let's reboot Anaconda. We'll shoot the whole thing like indie style, run and gun, just hand camera. We need a snake. so at some point they're shooting, they accidentally kill the snake.
Oh my goodness.
So they gotta go find another snake and find themselves being hunted by a giant snake.
Ironic.
Yeah.
Like it's like a reboot, but not a reboot.
Yeah.
But
I
it's
will
Paul
watch
Rudd
that.
and Jack Black.
That's gonna be hilarious.
Yeah.
Might
He
be
sent
on
me
our
that, and I
list.
was like, I gotta watch that. That'll be a good one.
Yep. That sounds great.
Yep. I feel like doing a show about just like movie reviews in general. There's so many different niches within that subject matter. That if you were the type of person who is okay just buckling down and being home all the time, it would be like such a slam dunk.
Yeah. We're never home though.
Mm-mm.
No, we're not.
No, I get it.
No, it's nonstop. We get back from this, and then we have our best friend's wedding, and then it's opening night of hockey, which that's great.
Okay.
And then it's
the motorcycle camp out, and then Halloween, then our anniversary, and then we get a weekend off.
We've been
back to back.
We've been going for like 2 weeks ago was Disney cruise. Last week it was we were in Savannah, and we got on this for a week. And it's just like we're both just looking forward to the 14th of November. It's like it's right there.
Okay, that's the month of one more month.
Yeah.
I feel you. I'm like that. I'm in the air most of the time traveling.
Yeah.
So I get maybe a couple weeks off every now and then.
It's not bad if your life is built for that.
Yeah.
Right? We have the house and the kid and we have dogs and like our we've built ourselves a rooted life.
Yeah.
And then we spend so much time like
going
off base. And
I absolutely have built a in the air life because I don't have any of those things. I have plants.
Hey.
And I have a roommate that can water them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
I would trust a roommate to water the plants more than I would trust them to look after my dogs.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Our dogs are currently split up. Our 2 old dogs are at my parents' house because they're calm, and then we have a puppy, and he is at my brother's house, causing massive amounts of chaos.
Oh man.
Just being obnoxious.
Yeah, but he's got the kids, and that's kind of like livestock.
Yeah.
He's a cattle dog, so like he wants a job so bad.
Yeah.
I wish I could get him like some goats to chase or something because it would really do him good. But when he spends time with the kids, it's kind of the same thing. He runs around trying to herd them. He can fight. He can fight and wrestle with their puppy.
Nice.
Yeah. Well.
All right. I don't feel like I can add too much to this conversation without forcing it. I don't like to do that.
Okay.
So this is where we'll sign off.
Perfect.
Until next time.
Calm seas.
Clear skies.
Thank you, Smiley.
Thank you so much.